So here we are, got the Neon back in the shop here. Well, not the shop, my garage. Anyhow, problem is we got some brake fluid on the inside of the wheel here. Let's see if we can have a quick look under here. So I'm pretty sure the brake cylinder has popped. So I went ahead and got a new brake cylinder from the auto parts store. And today's job is to put a new brake cylinder in this back wheel here. Hopefully we can make this thing safe again. Isn't that right, Angie?
Yes, that is right.
Alright, so I'm going to get this wheel off, get the car jacked up, and we'll see where we'll go from there. Alright, so I'm jacking the car up here.
From EMU in a second. Brian in Northville. Brian, what would you
Alright, so I'm going to see where I'm going to put the jack stand here. Look for the axle.
Hey, Dan, appreciate the call. Love you, man. I would pin him down.
I'm going to take that wheel off first. First things first.
They wanted to see tangible, measurable improvement next year.
Nothing but hand tools around here.
What do you consider measurable or tangible improvement? Because to be honest,
Let's get you out of here.
7 wins, 8 wins ain't doing it for me. It's
One by one.
and a playoff win.
Thankfully, I pre-soaked these with WD-40 because they were heavily rusted. I know you're not supposed to do that, but that's what I did.
You keep your job. You don't just make the playoffs. You win a game or you go home. How do you feel about that, Tom?
All right, so you could pause the video for a moment. Yeah, it definitely helps if you crack all the lugs first before you try to take the wheel off, because you'll have trouble with the cars in the air with these back wheels, especially if the brake cylinder is gone. That means there's no pressure in this back wheel at all for brakes. I'll lift her back up. Again, no hoist here, all hand power. Alright, let's get the rest of this wheel off here. In no particular order. You know, these Neons are great cars, you know, like, other than these small little problems with easy fixes like this, they are a good, reliable car. You'll get thousands of miles out of this thing. 20 years old. It's going to be 2020 in a week. And this 2000 Neon is going to be 20 years old. Alright. All 5 lugs are off now. I'm going to pull the wheel from the hub. Set it off to the side here. I don't know if you can see that on camera here. You can see all the brake fluid on the inside of the rim here, where it's been leaking out of the drum onto the rim while I'm driving. And that was how I was alerted of the problem. I didn't even notice anything in the brake pedal at all. Now I just gotta get down on the ground and get this jack stand under there so I can safely work on this thing. Alright, let's go. Just like that. Release it down the rest of the way. That appears to be securely under the frame there. Alright. Next step for me is going to be to get these lug nuts safely so I don't kick them away. And I'm going to work on getting this drum off. Alright, pause it there. I want the light right on the drum. Is it dirty?
Yep.
Alright, so this drum's already pretty loose, so just a few light taps. Oh yeah. Look at that. Just covered in brake fluid there. Along with the pad is also covered. I should be wearing gloves, but I'm an idiot. And here I can see that this drum, let me see the camera for a second here. I can see that this drum here has completely failed on the left hand side there. The one on the left there is completely failed. You can see it's covered in gunk. When the one on the right hand side looks like it's holding up pretty good, but this side is the culprit right here, this bad boy. So the next thing I'm going to do is get my brake cleaner out that I bought there and get all this stuff cleaned up, because you can't have brake fluid on the brake parts like this.
Pause it.
Alright, so you pause it there. You might have to like crouch too, right, and get right in there. Actually, I might have to do this one. Are you recording?
Yep. Yeah.
Alright. So now there's the... There. The bottom one is the brake line, the top one is the bleeder screw, and those two screws are the only thing holding this cylinder in. So the next step for me to do is to have Angie hold the camera while I undo the brake line. Oops, that's because I want the 10 mil, not the 8. There we go. It's turning freely. I've got the little cap from the new one that I'm going to put on the end here once I take it off completely. Hopefully it doesn't drip too much on here. And there's just a lot of threads on here. There's nothing you can do. There's just a lot of threads, you know. Nothing you can do. Just turn it until it's completely off. And then I will remove the cylinder bolts right after this. That cylinder was only 10 bucks, by the way. Such a cheap part. Such a pain in the ass to do. Alright, getting close. I'm getting close.
Awesome. Keep going.
I can feel it getting loose. There we are. I'm pretty sure it's completely out there. All I'm going to do is try and shove this rubber cap on the end there like that. Try to stem any further leakage. Alright, now I've got my 8 mil socket. Alright. Let me see here. I can get it on there like that. There, that one's loose. And now that one is loose. No, it's not. There it is. Yeah, alright. So I'll take these two off. Don't turn it sideways like that because it's going to make the video up and down, you know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, like always happens on the honey battery.
Can I see?
I have no idea. You're the camera woman. You tell me if you could see.
No.
You're my lovely assistant here, so.
Alright, well, we can't see that one. Sorry, folks.
Get the camera right in here like I have.
And then I went sideways, and then you said
Pull
I
it back,
couldn't
pull it
go
back.
sideways.
Pull it back. Oh, right here. Now let go. Right now you can see exactly what I'm
There
doing
you
here.
go.
See that?
Yep.
Now I'm unscrewing the cylinder bolts completely here. I forget if the new one has these in here, so I'm going to save these. Now this should just pull right out. I left all the brake stuff intact. Alright, so there it is, the bad cylinder I'm taking out. Alright, pause the video.
Yeah.
Alright, so I've got my brake cleaner here that I'm going to use to get all the dirty brake fluid off. Let's see here. Let's give it a good bath here like this. I know I'm probably skipping a step here, but no big deal. It's a 20-year-old car that I just want to get back on the road. There we go. A nice little wipe after that. Nice little wipe.
It looks much cleaner.
It does. Well, the main thing I'm concerned about here is just the brake pads themselves being free of fluid. I'm not too worried about everything else because, like I said, it's a 20-year-old car. I'm not trying to get another 10 years out of it. Alright.
Want me to pause?
Yep, now I'm just...
Alright.
So I have the new cylinder in hand here. And I was right, it doesn't have the bolts in, so I'm going to be reusing the old bolts. So I'm pretty much just going to slide this in place here. Whoops.
Want me to hold that?
Yeah, you can hold that. I need to be that side in place. Yeah. Twist that a little bit. Alright, they're both in place there now.
Perfect.
Now I just got to put the old bolts back in. Make sure it's aligned properly. Let me get right in there and look at what you're recording, right?
Mm-hmm.
The action is right here, right?
I'm right there. I see your finger.
There you go.
I see your finger.
Here's the first bolt. Thread is just trying to thread it in by hand here. I got the second bolt right here on the other side. There we go. Screw that one in. I'm just going to kind of hand tight these, then I'll put the brake line in next. So remember, I've got the brake line just dangling here. See, I've got the brake line dangling. I've got my little rubber nipple on the end there that I used. Pull that off. I'm just going to try and thread it in by hand first.
Sorry, folks, I'm being pushed out of the way.
No, it's fine. Sometimes, you know, if you're not part of the solution.
I think I figured it out, fellas.
Alright, I'm just going to take my 10 millimeter. My 10 millimeter here. Push it off with some pressure. Sear in. Get right in there and get me tight on this stuff. Right there. And here I am just tightening up the brake line with my 10 millimeter wrench here, open end wrench. Nice and easy, no big deal. In we go. There's a lot of threads, so it feels like you're turning it a lot of times, but I can only get quarter turns because the bleeder screw's in the way there. And you know, I'm just a backyard mechanic. I'm no expert here. I swear to God, I feel like I did it 100 turns here. Oh, there we go.
Oh, it looks like we got it.
Now it's tight on there. That one's tight. Now we can look at our cylinder here. Tight in place. That looks pretty good there. I like it. I like it. Now I'm just going to use my 8 millimeter socket now to tighten these bolts in. Put its final resting place. Hopefully it's the final one. Hopefully I never have to do this again. Alright, that one's tight. Now the final one. Alright, there, that's done. Now the next step.
That's great.
The next step now is to bleed this thing.
You want me to go step on the brakes?
Yep, so you're going to be in the car stepping on the brakes, and I'm going to bleed this bad boy. Alrighty. Alright, step on the brake. Step on it again. Perfect. You let go? Step on it. Perfect. Nothing's leaking. That's tight. Alright, now the next step is just to put the wheel on. Get this all the brake fluid cleaned up here. Alright.
We're recording.
Alright, look underneath the car. Alright, get right on the ground. Alright, now I'm just gonna pull my jack stand out here. Oh, not up high enough. I gotta jack the car up a couple more pumps. You're right there. You're right there. You wanna jack it up? A couple more pumps. Come on, let's go.
Oh, that's okay.
Yep, all the way up and all the way down. There you go. 1, 2. That's probably good there. Actually, no, keep going. Oh, one more. Perfect. Stop, 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 stop. Camera right there. Alright, this thing's out. Get my shit out of the way here. My lug nuts.
Do you need me to hold this?
That's on there. Like that. Thread them all on by hand as tight as I can. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that one's gonna be a bitch. Where's my 4-way? Yikes. Here's my impact wrench. Alrighty. Alright. The wheel is on. I'll get the car down. I'll get these torqued up.
Still recording?
Yep. Alright, so I'll take this. You stand up and I gotta let the car down. So you stay in that corner there. And we'll watch the car come in. Just to get my extension cord out of the way before I crush it. Alright, so I'm just gonna carefully let her down. Such a simple job. It's such a pain in the ass. Alright, so now this the next step is to just take it for a test drive. Not until I clean this brake gunk off of my hands. Alright, now I got the wife. Gonna be back. Oh, looks like I got a brake light out there. I'm gonna have to change it. Gonna have to change that brake light. There we go. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. There we are.